It is officially Nationals time at Knoxville Raceway. The 360s will kick off one of the more exciting two-week periods in sprint car racing this week. I recently caught up with that event's reigning champion, Sioux Falls native Clint Garner, to get his thoughts on defending the crown. All right, Clint, well, take us back to that experience last year. You'd been chasing that first Nationals title for quite some time. So what was the key to finally getting that whole thing done?
You know, the starting position meant a lot, and all that came from the draw originally coming into the gate on Friday night. You know, we got to go out early qualifying and landed a good time, quick time, So we come out of Friday night high point car and put ourselves in position to win that race, And I did that the year before, also I just came up a little bit short. I learned a couple of things the year prior, racing against Sammy and Lasowski got in there, and I ran third. But that next year the track conditions were a little more to my liking, just quite not as technical to where Sammy could shine through, So it was a lot to do with our qualifying effort, and then just kind of finishing it out was the easy part per se.
You take the checkered flag, you get into victory lane. What are the emotions like after you realize what you had actually gotten done?
It really didn't feel a whole lot different. All the hype on Saturday coming up to the race, that was definitely, overwhelming. That was difficult to deal with and not let it get to me, But once I got in the race car and took the green flag, I was going around Knoxville Raceway 16, 17, 18 seconds, whatever it was. And, I do that every Saturday night, so it wasn't a big deal that way. I just kind of, had to pay attention on the restarts and make sure and hit my line and not spin the wheels.
All right, well, fast forward to this year now. You're set to qualify for the 28th Annual 360 Nationals on Friday. Any extra pressure that you're feeling coming in this year as the defending champ?
No, I'm not putting any on myself. I know how hard it is to do, and I don't want to leave there unhappy. It was surprising to myself to do what we did last year, and if a guy could do it again, that would be unbelievable. Sure. So I'm just going there, with an open mind and make sure that we have a good time. The last 10 years of our career, we've really focused on making sure it's fun and not putting too much pressure on whether we win or lose, and just understand that we're not racing for the money. We race for a good time. This is what we do. Instead of, going golfing or going to the lake, we go to the races, and, my family and all my friends kind of follow along, and we all do it as a group. So it's definitely been, become a, like a family tradition.
So that Nationals championship, just part of what's already been a pretty special run for you at Knoxville. Just run it down here. 7-time track champ in the 360 class, 42 career wins there overall, 37 in the 360 class. That ranks second all time. What does all that mean to you? Do you let it sink in?
I just, like I say, I try to not think about it. I just, I do want to be the all-time winner on that list. I'd like to race till I'm 50, so I got like 8 more years to go, and we'll see if I can even pull that off. It's a lot of work, even just racing Saturday nights to get this stuff ready and perform my duties at work and as a father at home, So we'll see. I don't put a lot of pressure on it. Dave Hessmer, who is the all-time winner, is in my pit. His family sponsors my car and buys all the methanol. So, they're pulling for me, and they are definitely a big supporter of Clint Garner.
Well, that's kind of a cool deal that you're chasing that guy and you still work closely with him. Dave Hessmer, as you said, 65 career wins, by the way, for him. And so you've got a ways to go to catch him. Sounds like that is a goal for you long term. And hopefully we'll get to see you maybe knock 1 or 2 of those off here this coming weekend at the 360 Nationals. But Clint, thanks so much for your time. Good luck to you this weekend, and appreciate you spending a little of your days leading up to it here with us on Midco Motorsports.
Right on. Thank you.
The 40 car is one of 78 pre-entries for the 28th 360 Knoxville Nationals, although that number is subject to change. Should he manage to complete the repeat, Garner would become just the 4th driver ever to do it. Well, coming up, a couple of big